God damn it, Eric, pucker up and kiss my ass.
We've seen Vince McMahon attempt a spinneroonie before, but tonight he attempted the switcheroonie first by giving Eric Bischoff the words, "You're fired," only to turn around at the end of the show and go, "Bischoff, you're hired." Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. There was some firing, there was some hiring. Bischoff started the night as GM. Midway through, he got sacked as GM, and by the very end of the show, he was once again hired as GM. Kind of reminded me of John Cena in the draft. McMahon with a good old switcheroonie.
Good old switcheroonie. This is why sports entertainment's better than wrestling. I thought this show with McMahon and Bischoff was just fucking brilliant. I'll mark it for like Vince McMahon. Give the guy a statue. It's a shame what's happened to him. It fucking is. It breaks my heart.
Yeah, we got the na 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 hey 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 goodbye, but all those chants were wasted because it turns out Eric Bischoff isn't going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere, but he began the show coming in, brother, because you've got the immortal. Well, you don't have the immortal Hulk Hogan. You've got Stone Cold Steve Austin. He needs to sign him.
See, when McMahon's rehired him at the end of the show, he should have just. I think Bischoff's music should have played. I'm back and I'm better than ever. That would just be epic trolling. But yes, we start the night. Bischoff, he's desperate. He needs Stone Cold. I need Austin. I need the real Stone Cold.
I don't need hugs, damn it. But yeah, he says Austin, he's not heard from him. McMahon is on his way. He's bricking it. I've done everything I could. Then he's like, you know what? It's JR's fault. So he storms up to the announce table. He's like, God damn it, you fat son of a bitch from
Oklahoma son of a bitch.
It's your fault. JR's like, well, maybe, Eric, it's your fault for firing Austin and WCW. Is it?
WCW getting a nice wee mention here.
Yeah, they get it every week now. Bischoff says, you know what, JR, you deserve to be fired. You know what? Fuck it. You are fired. Until you can deliver Austin to Raw. Will Austin appear on Raw tonight? Maybe.
Who knows? But we go from having JR calling the show to Coachman calling the show. And well, he was definitely not on JR's level. I think you've done a pretty good job.
I actually prefer Jonathan Coachman tonight than Cole. And I'm not just saying that. I think Jonathan Coachman brought like a really unique commentary.
A unique Sunday night heat
Aye, definitely like that. But a limo pulls up, Bischoff sprints for the ring backstage. He thinks it's McMahon, turns out it's Evolution. Why the one face,
Evolution is a mystery. Yeah, so Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton and Ric Flair get out. First match that Eric Bischoff has to call is a match that we could have definitely seen on Heat.
Well, it was actually Jonathan Coachman calling it, not Eric Bischoff.
Well, Jonathan Coachman, that's who I meant.
That's who you meant.
The coach.
It's not 96 anymore. Bischoff's not calling matches. Actually, he called the match not too long ago, him and Morley. But again, this match, Test beats Christian. Then you've got Christian hitting Test. He falls to the outside. He's in stalking Stacey Keibler. And then Jeff Hardy runs down, makes the save. So Jeff Hardy, I've never seen so many face heel turns for a guy in like a month.
What the hell is he doing?
Yeah, like 1 week he's doing something, 1 week he's doing another. I think Jim Ross saying he's backstage, he's on the phone. Hard Finkel is waddling it around in the background. More to follow, more to come.
Yeah, the spy Howard Finkel spying on JR. Was he sent by Eric Bischoff? It would appear that way.
Up next, we've got Booker T, D'Lo Brown.
Let me tell you something, player. The best thing of that white ball getting fried like the cracker he is was the best thing could happen to you, Booker. Now your black man can be free.
I think Theodore Long's killing it.
Yes.
With the whole black superpower, superiority stuff. I mean, I like it.
I mean, I know you know what, like, see for the pinfall that Triple H whips out at 19, Mania 19, maybe D'Lo Brown was more worthy of that than Booker T, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe that is. And you know what? I don't know if I like this. I mean, obviously, I like what Theodore Long's doing, but we had D'Lo Brown on a bit of an unbeaten spree. And the problem is, though, it's D'Lo Brown. There's only so many people on the roster that is believable that D'Lo Brown could beat. But I certainly think they could have kept this going a little bit longer. But here, I mean, this was back in the day when they didn't drag things out. Nobody went unbeaten like Gunther for 2 years. So, I mean, D'Lo Brown enjoyed about a month worth, I think, of victories. Maybe even less than that. 3 weeks worth of victories under Fedor. But tonight, he took an L. He took a defeat to Mr. T.
to Mr. T and Didio. In comes the learning tree. It's Chris Jericho. Not quite that bad yet, but he says, right, I want Jeff Hardy tonight. Needs to be taught a lesson. Morley takes him to one side and gives him the match. Then you get Jazz against Molly Holly. I think this match stuck it like a sore thumb, to be honest.
Yeah, again, could have been on Sunday Night Heat. Not a big fan of Jazz, and like Molly Holly seems like she's half-assing it these days.
Yeah.
She's like half heel, half face. The attire's strange. She's not... I don't know what is going on with Molly Holly right now, but it seems like she's just gone through a transitional period. She just feels like a jobber. And it's mental, because it wasn't that long ago where she was women's champion.
See the STF? It looked horrendous.
It was only a few months ago, actually, she was women's champion. So yeah, Molly Holly's completely fallen from grace. And you know what? I think WWE, maybe they kind of suffered back then as they kind of do now with the women's division. It's like only one heel can be on top. Or one face. Just seems to be as soon as Victoria came on the scene, Molly Holly literally just disappeared.
No, literally, but JR can't disappear, neither can the Fink. He answers the phone. Steve.
Although what I would say is, before we talk about that, I think it was harder for women to actually stay over back in the day because, like, a lot of the time, especially when it came to wrestling matches, or even just, like, promos and stuff, like, the women were kind of not... They were getting, like, one segment a night, almost. Yeah, sometimes they would get two, but it's not like nowadays where the women and the men get, like, 50% of the same on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Like, back then, it's like the women got a very small, albeit much smaller roster, they got a very small portion of segment time. So unless you were, like, in the championship feud, it was probably hard for you to actually remain over.
No, I agree. Up next, though, JR. He's on the phone to Steve. Hardfinger's like, was that Stone Cold Steve Austin? No, it's not, actually.
It's my friend, Steve, from Oklahoma.
What a fucking letdown that is, by the way.
Yeah, so we think we're getting Steve Austin, we just get some redneck cowboy called Steve.
Right, up next, got Van Damme and Kane defeating 3 Minute Warning. I think 3 Minute Warning have run their race.
Yeah, it's all over. The 3 minutes of fame are up. I don't know what has happened to this team, Rosie and Jamal. See, I think that's why it's important to actually rewatch wrestling. It's a really good thing because sometimes you have like fond memories, or you know, you have like, I don't know, memories where you don't really look at someone fondly. Some people you do look at fondly, but then you rewatch it and you go, you know what, they weren't as good as I thought, or they were even better than I thought. And I think 3 Minute Warning is certainly one of those groups where you just imagined it was a lot better than it actually was. I think ever since 3 Minute Warning stopped doing the run-ins for Bischoff, that's probably when they died. I'm not going to pretend that their Survivor Series match wasn't good, but they peaked at that Survivor Series, I think.
No, they did.
Honestly, see, at Survivor Series, they could have just never came back, and I think it would have done them more good than harm, to be fair.
No, I'm going to agree with that. Absolutely. McMahon then gets out of his limousine and he sees JR. What the hell? JR?
Why is my best commentator backstage, brother?
Imagine he found out it was Coach who replaced him. Not good. McMahon comes out, brings out Bischoff and Morley, says to Morley, right, there's only one way you're keeping your job. It's if you win a match. Morley's like, oh, yes, sir. What match?
I can do that.
Handicap match. Not against 2, but 3 fucking Dudley.
3 Dudley brothers. He didn't call them the Dudley boys, he called them the Dudley brothers, which I guess is fine. Dudley boys would have done, but...
They are brothers at the end of the day. Vince then turns to Bischoff. If you signed Austin, he says, it's yes or no. Bischoff then says no. He says, I would have loved to watch Stone Cold make your life a living hell. But then Bischoff's like, you know what, Vince, it's alright, because here's some hot lesbian action. The community says they're not just lesbians, they're bisexual lesbians. Vince is like, God damn it, tonight I'm all business. And then he said, bisect their asses on out of there. Pretty good line for Finny Mac.
Something Fog Wrestling would probably use.
It probably is.
Maybe he stole it from us, but yeah, Finn's got no interest on these women. They didn't have shit on their heads, so yeah, Finny Mac playing it cool.
He's about to take a big shit though on Bischoff as he says, you're fired. And then I think what happens next is probably the best. I mean, McMahon is roided out his tits here.
Yeah, Bischoff's heading to the back.
Beetroot red, and I mean, he's screaming, nah, 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 goodbye. And he's bouncing against the rope.
But it's the walk as well he does to the ropes, like the stance and the taunt. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? The animations here of McMahon was mental. He's lucky that the ropes weren't the ring apron. He probably would have done both quads here. He was that tensed up.
No, he was.
I mean, his fucking legs.
See this right here. This is better. anything in AEW in the past 5 years.
Oh man, the legs for McMahon were flying.
This was fucking insane.
I thought he was going to take a heart attack, like.
Yeah, so did I.
I don't know why he was getting so worked up about it, like, but...
He then tells Regal and Storm he'll announce a new GM later on tonight. Then we get a handicap employment match. Pretty much they win. They beat Chief Morley up. I enjoyed this.
Chief Morley didn't get any offense in, got absolutely destroyed. Dudley Dogs, free Ds, powerbomb through a table, and even got his clothes ripped off. So not a good night for Sean Morley. But here, it might be alright by the end of the night.
It might be. Bischoff then goes to JR. Have you got Austin yet? JR's like, no, how about you clean out your desk, you little prick?
Yeah, Bischoff offered a handshake, but wasn't to be.
Wasn't to be. Batista defeats Tommy Dreamer. This was to be. About 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, what was the point? Would it really harm Batista if Tommy Dreamer went a few minutes and got a little bit of offense in?
Probably.
Would it, though?
Probably not, to be honest. I think Tommy Dreamer's been booked relatively strong recently.
But they've kind of undone it the past few weeks. So yeah, Tommy Dreamer gets absolutely jobbed out here. He had the Singapore cane, he still got jobbed out.
I tell you what, Evolution then start beating up Booker T, who made the save. And it's like, and then Steiner makes the save. It just feels all a bit mid-cardy, doesn't it? It doesn't feel like this is the main event feud.
Doesn't really. Booker T tried to help out Tommy. Well, I don't think he really tried to help out Tommy Dreamer, to be fair. I think he just wanted revenge on Goldie. Scott Steiner, though, definitely came out. Maybe not even. I don't know. Did Scott Steiner try and help Booker T, or did he just want to get revenge for himself?
It was just a weird segment because it's like no man's land, and it's like this is actually the main event feud for the world title. Up next, you get Stacey and Test. Again, this isn't doing anything for me. I think the whole testicle things has run its course.
Yeah, it's just all words and stuff at the end of the day, like empty deals. Oh, I got you this new product, this new commercial, this new that, this new this. It's like, I mean, unless we're actually going to see it, then it doesn't really mean anything, you know?
No, it doesn't mean
it's like Stacey could turn around and say, like, oh, Test, I got you this new commercial deal and it's worth $1 million. Unless they somehow incorporate that $1 million into Test's story or like character or gimmick or whatever, then it's just fake money that doesn't exist. And these deals are fake things that don't exist.
No, absolutely. But up next, we've got Bischoff being sung out of his office by the Dudleys, who didn't lay a glove on McMahon, did they?
Nah, Dudley's here. Cheap version of the na-na-na-na as Eric Bischoff packed this stuff. When you think about it, though, Raw, SmackDown, they're travelling to different arenas every week. It's a lot of hassle, isn't it? Like Eric Bischoff bringing all his wee picture frames every week to hang up on the wall.
It is.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny, though. Up next, we had a really good match. Jericho, Jeff Hardy. I enjoyed that match.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as saying really good. I'm just not digging Jeff Hardy right now, I'll be honest. Jericho wins with the walls of Jericho, but yeah, Jeff Hardy running around with his
But these two, it's these two that take each other on at No Way Out, so Test must get injured or something.
Yeah, do we see Test get injured, or is he too busy with his new deals or whatever? Who knows? I mean, match was pretty cool, but yeah, I just felt like a throwaway match. Plus, Jericho was always going to win.
Yeah, but it takes away from it the fact it's going to happen at the pay-per-view in 13 days. Up next, Evolution. McMahon's like, God damn, where are you guys going?
Bischoff's like, hey, just because you don't know what to do with bisexual lesbians doesn't mean we don't. Ric Flair does a wee sing and dance. We're going to party with the champ, Triple H. Woo! And McMahon's like, well, you might want to see who the new GM is. And then McMahon also says next week it's going to be 2 members of Evolution, Triple H and Batista, taking on Booker T and Scott Steiner. Evolution didn't like this.
Ric Flair tried to headbutt him, and it's like, Flair, what are you doing?
Yeah, Triple H had to hold Flair back. I mean, it could have been worse. Flair could have been picked.
Should it not be the opposite way about? Should Flair not be holding Triple H back?
I suppose Triple H is injured, like he's not a crutch, isn't he?
Well, he's going to match next week. Anyway, we saved the best for last. McMahon comes out. He's going to announce a new GM. Out comes JR, followed by Eric Bischoff. Oh, here's Austin's here.
Yeah, so you think that Jim Ross is going to be the new GM because he comes out, he answers McMahon's call, but then he whispers to McMahon, Austin's here. Bischoff gets in the ring. JR confirms, nope, it's true. Austin 100% will be here at No Way Out. Then McMahon, I guess, says, well, Bischoff, First, Jim Ross, you've kept your end of the deal. Austin's here. I guess you should be rehired.
Rehired. Coachman is displaced.
And then turns his attention to Eric Bischoff and says, I bet you think Chief Morley should be rehired now that Austin is coming. And Bischoff's like, yeah. McMahon's like, I bet you think that you should be rehired because Austin is coming. And Bischoff's like, yeah. And then McMahon says, well, okay then. You're hired. So Chief Morley is back in town. Eric Bischoff is back in town. But McMahon is then like, wait a minute. Didn't you say you would do anything? And Bischoff's kind of like, yeah, well, I guess so. Why not? And then McMahon brings up a certain club that he wants Bischoff to join. It's a club with not many members, but Bischoff is going to have the honour of being the next inductee into the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
Some people don't like this, right? And McMahon's a predator. I think this is just comedy at its best. King was pissing himself on commentary. I thought it was brilliant. Is it weird? Yeah. I remember the cartoon they brought out. I think it was Survivor Series 06, where like they're all sitting around a table. Do you remember it? McMahon. It's like his arse. It's like a chicken sitting on a table. No.
No.
Anyway, I think it's a weird gimmick, the Kiss My Ass Club, obviously, but I think it's fucking brilliant.
But it works because McMahon's so dysfunctional and fucking weird and out there at times that, and it's him, it's a power trip, him being the boss, he can...
I can't control my ass, it does tricks, damn it.
Yeah, he can essentially make you do this. So, yeah, it's cool. Bischoff, though, he can't do it. He's like, sorry, McMahon, I can't do that. I just can't. Offer me something else. McMahon says, right, well, if you can't do that, you will join another club, and that is the I Got My Ass Kicked Club, and you're going to be the first member, Bischoff. Bischoff then accepts that, okay, if I have to take an ass whipping from you, McMahon, to keep my job, I'll do it. But McMahon's like, no, won't be by me. You'll be taking the ass whipping at No Way Out against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Epic way to end the show. And that's what we did end the show. But then after the cameras went off, Austin actually returned, which I just find is... I never knew he returned. Is it wasted not to have Austin here tonight? I tell you what, I think if Austin came back and they incorporated him into a segment, I'd never be looking at this fucking show as a 10, because I think the segments were pretty much perfect on this show.
Yeah, they were, but I mean, I guess they want to just save Austin's first, appearance for No Way Out.
Yeah.
Televised. So
we're 13 days away, it's not like it's 6 days away. Anyway, we have to rate the show.
But even the crowd were a bit annoyed because they're on about Austin, but they're not getting him to No Way Out. And we've seen Bischoff talk about Austin for weeks now, but you're not getting him to No Way Out. It's like...
At least they got him, though.
Yeah, but that's kind of see, nowadays, maybe the audience would be okay with that because, that's just how shite wrestling is now.
I think back in the day, at least they actually gave, house shows and, stuff after the cameras go off. They actually gave them surprises.
Yeah, but it's see, nowadays they could say, right, well, in 6 weeks' time you're getting this, and people would just accept that because you're starved of any good stuff now. At least if you know you're getting someone good, you're kind of just willing to wait 6 weeks. But back in the day, it's like everybody, they just wanted it now and then and there. They didn't want to wait. So anytime Austin's name's been brought up in the last month, there's been boos when it's been... I'm going to sit and talk with Austin next week, or I'm going to bring Austin back at No Way Out. It's like, they don't want to wait. They want him right here, right now. Who cares about a promise of getting Austin in 2 weeks? It's a crowd. They want him tonight.
Yeah, they want him tonight. Anyway, I'm going to give tonight a 9 out of 10. I think tonight proved to me that Vince is the greatest authority character of all time. Obviously, I love Bischoff, and obviously tonight he does come across as weak, but I think McMahon is just that step above, and I think when McMahon delivers, he's fucking brilliant, and that's what he delivered.
No, I really did enjoy the McMahon segments, but unfortunately, I don't think the show was that good. I thought the matches...
I thought the matches were pretty pish, but you know what? I think McMahon fucking carries it.
None of the matches really stuck out. I did enjoy the McMahon segments, but it's a...
Am I a mark from McMahon? Am I going to kiss his ass?
Maybe you're already joined the club, or maybe you want to join the club. I'm going to give it a 7. So that's my rating. You're giving it a 9. I'm giving it a 7. So
that's probably the biggest difference in a rating we've ever had.
8 out of 10. Not bad, but honestly, if McMahon wasn't on this show, I think it would have been... I probably would have given it a 5 or something.
Well, if Benoit didn't do what he did with fucking attitude era, wouldn't we? So anyway, 8 out of 10. Till next time. Peace.